Whenever I recommend people to play a Persona game, their number one complaint against it is that it's too slow. Saying things like, "I'm already an hour in and nothing's happening. This is so boring, they're just introducing characters. Is this a visual novel?" You know that's not a game, right? And it's really annoying when they say these things. But in 2017, Persona 5 came out, and they love it. What is so different about Persona 5 that it changed the hearts of non-Persona players into the most loyal fans? Is it the newer engine and improved gameplay? Is it the alluring acid jazz that touches your very soul? Is it this? Well, all of these are good reasons. What really made Persona 5 a game that you cannot put down once you start it is because of how amazing their intro arc is. In fact, Persona 5 has the best intro arc in the entire series, and this is why Persona 6 should also inherit this formula. But before that though, if you love the intro arc of Persona 5, then like this video and join Otaku Defined for more Persona content. And also, this video will contain a lot of spoilers for the Persona series since I'll be talking about story content. Now, cue the intro. So while making new content about Persona 6, I was replaying the Persona games for the 99th time. While the first parts of Persona games can be perceived by others as tedious since you'll be spending hours to get through a lot of dialogue, which is so boring that some people find themselves closing the game before they even get to the good part. Let them cook is the perfect statement that we can say about the introduction arcs for all the Persona games. But Persona 5 had the best cuisine in introducing the game. The first minute when you enter the game, it already throws you in one of their missions and presented how the gameplay looks, showcasing the newer engine and its robust mechanics that made it stand out from the past entries. And then we suddenly get caught by the police. And this entire scene right here set up two mysteries that got players hooked and made them want to finish the game. The first mystery is how Joker will turn the situation around and convince this feisty prosecutor that we are innocent despite being caught red-handed. And the other is the traitor who set up Joker. But of course, these plot points won't be answered for another 50 more hours. So how will it be able to stall players to keep playing the game? The answer is this pervy teacher. Let me ask you, who is the most hated character in the Persona series? This question no longer has a subjective answer because it is obviously Kamoshida from Persona 5. You may find Teddy's perviness irritating, you might be tired of Nozomi's antics, and you'll always button mash Morgana. But these characters weren't written to be hated, but more so as annoying characters, where each of their flaws are something that we would not want to deal with. But when it comes to Kamoshida, there is a primal feeling that got all of the players riled up that made us want to spike this king of PDF straight to jail. Kamoshida is the most hated character in Persona, but he is also the reason why Persona 5 had the best intro arc in the entire series. This character is so detestable that it made me finish the entire Shujin arc in one sitting, just to see him get his just desserts. And I still do it whenever I replay Persona 5. This guy is so selfish that he made an entire event solely so he can boast his skill, all the while hitting a student that he disliked. And that's not just a regular old man punch. Receiving a spike from an Olympic gold medalist is much worse than you think. At a professional level, a spike volleyball has a recorded speed of 70 to 100 miles per hour, meaning it can exert a force of around 162.8 newtons. Just imagine a 36-pound object being dropped from a height of 1 foot straight to your face. So all of that just for Kamoshida to have a petty highlight in a high school gym. There's no stopping the arrogance of this pervy teacher, to the point where he can freely abuse his power, as seen by how he instigated Ryuji in attacking him and breaking his leg, leading to the disbandment of the track team, just so his volleyball team can take the front pages with him leading them in its glory. But the most detestable trait about Kamoshida was his predatory nature, using his power to pressure Anne to go on dates with him, or he'll bench Shiho, perceiving the girls' volleyball team as his playthings, and the most unforgivable of them all is what he did to Shiho. Saying all these things just makes me want to replay the game again and beat Kamoshida for the nth time. Unfortunately, these negative traits actually introduce us to the founding members of the Phantom Thieves. Their story and traits bound so well with Kamoshida's scrappy personality. Like Ryuji masking his emotions with delinquent-like behavior was unfolded when he wanted to help the students being abused by Kamoshida, and thus awakening his persona, Captain Kid. And during the Mask of Inaction marks her rebellion against Kamoshida to finally help Shiho, calling forth the power of Carmen. Both of these awakening scenes made the characters relatable, and it kept the beat of the intro arc sound exciting. Players get hooked on this intro arc because Kamoshida is portrayed as a character who closely resembles people you might encounter in real life. You may have a teacher who would abuse their power and torment someone who they didn't like in class. You may have known someone who has a predatory nature. Honestly, screw the groomers, right? And this is the magic that Persona 5 managed to cast, as each phase of the arc led to Kamoshida's eventual downfall. When we sent Kamoshida the calling card listing all of his crimes, made him squirm after defeating him in his palace, and finally got him to publicly confess everything. The story crafted such a hateable character that defeating Kamoshida and hearing his confession was incredibly cathartic, making the entire arc feel real. This kind of storytelling and character development and setup is exactly what Persona 6 should embrace and execute for its intro arc. It doesn't necessarily need to be a carbon copy because that would just feel cheap and uninspiring. Instead, it should follow a similar formula. By introducing a villain that everyone would universally hate, players will be compelled to keep playing for hours, eager to see them get their well-deserved punishment. Just imagine this, we play another MC who is a transfer student. We enroll at our new school, meet some friendly classmates, but soon witness a quiet, timid student being bullied by the school's top achiever. When we try to stop the bullying, we became the target instead, causing everyone in the class to turn a blind eye and pretend nothing is happening. It's simple, yet effective, because it reflects an injustice many have experienced, offering a chance for the players to find the courage to finally stand up against it. This is the kind of setting that intro arcs need to keep players engaged, no matter how long it takes. I'm not saying that Persona games had weak intro arcs, it's just that Persona 5 did it better. And in all honesty, I just wanted to share my favorite arc in the Persona series, and I'd love to hear about your favorite arcs too. If you enjoy content like this where we revisit and discuss Persona arcs, then let me know and I'll be happy to do more of them. Also, have you ever wondered why we're still not getting an older Persona user in the main party since Persona 2? Well, check this video out. Like and subscribe to Otaku Defined. This is Math, and stay awesome, my dudes.